give a warm ISPA welcome to Heather Thomson. She's going to be joining me on stage this morning, but I'd like it if we could give her a welcome holla. So on the count of 3, are you ready? 1, 2, 3.
So great to be here. Thank you so much, Michael.
I sort of feel like Andy Cohen, so this is kind of cool. Heather, most people know you from the Real Housewives of New York, but they may not know that you are a fashion icon. You've created fashion lines for Diddy and Jennifer, and among others, before you launched Yummie, your own brand. And then, as that grew and became a multi-million-dollar business, you also became a philanthropist. You are seen now in a fashion that is known to be real and authentic as a woman business leader. How did you do it, and what can you share around that?
Well, you know, I think it's important to always stay true to who you are. You know, your values, who you were when you began, why you got into this business to begin with, you know, why you had this idea, why you wanted to do what you wanted to do. You can never lose sight of that, never forget where you began and why you started. And, you know, working in New York, you come across with people who maybe don't have values, who maybe don't have ethics, but never lose yours. You know, always stay true to who you are. And I think that if you keep shining your light, like everything else kind of falls into place. And so that's what I did. Yummie was a personal initiative. It was a selfish initiative. You know, I was very happy being Beyonce Knowles' creative director. It was an exciting job, and it led me to, you know, wonderful places and wonderful experiences. But after I had my first child, I was left with a new baby and a deflated inner tube around my midsection, which was not so yummy. So, so while I was at this place where I should be feeling the best in my life, I was kind of feeling the worst about myself personally. And I didn't like that. And so I went to the shapewear department to boost my confidence, if you will. And when I got there, I was literally aghast at my choices. I mean, these literally were my grandmother's girdles, but I bought up a bunch anyway. And when I got home, they not only failed me, you know, functionally, but aesthetically, but they failed me functionally. And my husband walked in and was like, "What the heck is?" I'm like, "Get out! I'm ugly. I'm terrible." And I guess I just did what any good designer would do. It was with that moment, you know, with the tears streaming down my face, that I invented the 3-panel tank. I said, there's got to be a better way. And so from that one initiative, I knew that so many other women out there felt the way I did. I knew that that was something that I wanted to push forward with. And with that, I've created the brand Yummie by Heather Thomson.
So you and I grew up in the Hudson Valley, Berkshires together, actually since kids. And one of the things about that area is working hard.
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about how you work every day with managing not only your job and your staff and being on a television show, but also being a mother, and a mother to a child who has needs that are outside of the norm?
Exactly. 2 childs, one with needs and some health concerns, and just another savvy little girl. But, you know, I think the most important thing is to realize that there's no such thing as a perfect balance. You know, I'm perfectly happy with my life being perfectly imbalanced. You know, if I try all the time to, you know, be perfect, I'm going to fail myself, I'm going to fail my family, I'm going to fail my staff, I'm going to fail my customers. So I just try to focus on the task at hand, you know, and I try to stay focused on that task. And the most important thing is that I love what I do. So if you love what you do, it's only work if there's someplace else you'd rather be, right? So I love what I do, and like many of you out there who are entrepreneurs as well, you know, you got to work hard. You got to work hard to succeed. It doesn't come easy. Nothing from Beyonce Knowles to Jennifer Lopez to Puffy, they all worked really hard. Nobody got anything handed to them. You know, and we grew up in the Hudson Valley, and, you know, we had working class parents, and we both worked since the time we were 13. Michael had she mowed lawns, rode his bike and mowed lawns, and, you know, I worked in the popcorn stand and, you know, served ice cream at my mother's restaurant. And, you know, so you have to work hard, but it's not a problem to do that if you love what you do. So that's, I think, one of my favorite pieces of advice is love what you do, because you're going to do a lot of it.
That's great. So for the people in the audience who manage others and also have staff that are managing people who are coming in stressed, et cetera, what do you do within your business organization to manage well?
You know, I think that's such a great question. We work alongside people every day. We hire our staff, and sometimes we don't know anything really about them. And so we've been working recently at Yummie with some leadership workshops. You know, I brought in this great guy named Jack Levitt, and he's been helping me kind of get to know people, because you know a little bit. Oh, you were born in Maryland, okay, you know, your parents were divorced. I don't really have a sister, I think, right? You don't know that much. But when you know about a person and their background, it helps you understand them. It helps you understand dealing with them. It helps you understand what, you know, the mood check might be, you know, that day. And it gives you an idea of who they are as a person. So, you know, within your industry, which I love, by the way, I'm in heaven here right now. I'm in product heaven. I mean, I'm so excited to walk around later today. But, you know, it's a feel-good wellness, you know, community. And for me, it's almost like hospitals and politics, like they shouldn't match. Like, you know, you are here to provide these services, right, to make everybody else feel good, but what do you do for yourselves? You know, how do you send yourself your own message? And, you know, I think it's important to always keep that in check, that you're going to have a bad day. And, you know, there's a day that someone at work is not going to be so nice to you. But if you kind of get to know each other as a community, it's more acceptable. It's kind of okay. You have each other's backs. And it's not like, oh, she's so annoying again. You know, it's like, you know what, she's having a rough time. Or maybe you just need to say she looks beautiful today because that's what she needed. So I think it's so important to really know the people that you're working with and that are working for you.
So getting back to ISPA here, you're actually launching your new activewear line here at ISPA this year.
I am. Thank you. Thank you.
And clearly you could launch this line anywhere. Why did you choose ISPA?
That is the best question. So as you all know, activewear is trending, right? Well, that's not why I launched it. I launched it because it was the right natural progression for me and my brand. I was a 4-letter varsity winner at Taconic Hills High School, where we both graduated, and I'm an athlete. And, you know, it's so important for me, not for my body, not for tight buns, but it's important for me for my mind. It's really such great brain food, getting out and breathing the air and being active and getting your heart going. And, you know, I started working out with a personal trainer because I didn't have the time. I was so busy with everything else, between balancing the show and my family and Yummie, that I was putting myself in last place, and then I wasn't serving anybody. So I said, if I schedule it, I said to my assistant, Shauna, if I schedule it with a guy or a girl, now I'm committed, and I gotta go and do it. And it was the best thing I ever did for me, for myself. But 360 degrees of mirrors in a training facility, a private training facility, is like a wide awakening. And so what I wanted to do about that confidence, that feel-good concept, was to bring it into the gym for myself. To bring, you know, a lot of what I do at Yummie is a selfish initiative, I have to say. And so I brought it into the gym. And then, as a fashion designer for 25 years, now you know, gym clothes on the street is trending, but that used to be the walk of shame for a fashion designer, to get caught between places in your gym clothes, you know? And so I wanted to make it fashionable, and I wanted to make workout gear that was versatile for women, so that we could do our B2B, that we could go hit the bar class, and then, you know, go to the parent-teacher conference and throw on a tunic with a cool legging that was versatile. Something that I could wear on the plane and then show up and throw on a high heel and wear it to dinner, and then actually run on the treadmill with it the next morning. Packables. You know, things like that that were versatile. So that is why I launched it, and why I launched it here is because I'm not Reebok, and I'm not Nike, and I'm not a big activewear company, and that's not what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to serve the needs in communities that can send the message the same way I want it sent. And so I'm not trying to compete like that. I'm trying to supply comfort and confidence and versatility to the modern woman. And that's what we are. We're busier than ever. We're balancing more than ever. Our iPhones are getting smaller, right? We can wear them on our wrists, but our gym bags are getting bigger. No. So I wanted that in my life, and then I wanted to offer it here. Plus, I am so, like I said, I'm such a product whore. So I was like, ISPA, yes! Yes!
So as it relates to spa, what is your favorite thing to do at a spa?
You know, I think that people miss out in spas, not only certainly the downtime and resting, but of all of the knowledge that you can gain, the speakers, you know, at spas, the specialists that have worked years honing their craft. You know, these are the types of things that the experiential things like, okay, listen, you know, you could get a massage, right? We all have had a deep tissue massage, right? But what about one that adds chakras and things like this into it, that they make their own potions, you know? And each individual spa has their own individual message and their own individual treatments, and I'd love to get involved in the heart of the spa, you know? And that's what I try to do. Not just hit their massage table, but really hit their message and try to take that home with me and then share my learning. So I like learning at spas. I like growing at spas.
So this was just a preempt because today you're doing a breakout session at 3:30 in South Pacific C,
yes,
which we're really excited about. So please try to join her for really an in-depth look from a woman business leader, but also additionally, someone who is a retail expert. And trust me, from a guy who knows that this girl sold at a local ski shop that was a bunny hill to now a multi-million-dollar fashion icon. It's been an incredible journey, and thank you for joining us at ISPA.
Oh, it is my honor and pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
So Heather and I have the distinct privilege of honoring today another Hudson Valley, Berkshire native. President and CEO Jane Iredale of the skincare company, Jane Iredale, which launched in 1994 here at ISPA. She's now in 46 international markets, and we know her well because she's from our hometown.
There's something in the water in the Berkshires.
Please, ISPA, join us in honoring today your 2014 ISPA Visionary recipient, Jane Iredale.